Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. I am your host, Derek Fage, excited as usual about today's show. And many of us have turned our attention during the pandemic to getting back to some of those things that we used to love to do. And I continue to love to do it. And that is playing games, getting together with family and friends and playing games. And we are joined by the inventor of Jabuka on today's show. His name is Martin Russocki. Martin, welcome to the show. Great to have you here, and congratulations. This is exciting for you.
Thanks, Derek. It's great to be here.
Tell me about Jabuka. What was the inspiration behind this game?
Well, I was a little concerned. Everyone was spending a lot of time on their devices pre-pandemic, and there wasn't as much face-to-face interaction. Also, being a game inventor, I was always looking for opportunities to be creative and innovative. And I noticed a lot of the word games were, they all used square tiles, they all had turn taking. They felt a little bit outdated, and I thought it was about time to come up with a new word game that was more engaging, flexible, creative, and catered to people with shorter attention spans.
Oh my goodness, this is the perfect game for me then, Martin. The perfect game for me. So how does the game work? Walk me through the gameplay.
Yeah, so Jabuka is, it comes in a mini burlap sack, as you can see here. It comes on coffee bean shaped pieces.
Okay.
There's actually a long history between games and coffee. It goes back to the first Turkish coffee houses. So it has lettered beans. All the yellow letters can be twisted. So I invented and designed an alphabet of twistable letters. This could be an M, an E, or a W. I'm not sure if that's an E from your perspective, but I'll turn it both ways. So the idea is there, basically players make words and then take words from each other by being creative. You have to change someone's word to take it. You can add letters, you can rearrange their letters, and you can twist all the yellow twistable letters. So this could be the word war at first. You twist it and then make ear out of it, for example, and take it away from your opponent.
I see. So you mentioned, thinking about those other games where you take turns. So do you take turns here, or is it just a free-for-all?
Yeah, I wanted to create a nice balance between sort of a bit of the feeling of turn taking and a free-for-all. So essentially, there's no setup. You just spill the beans, pun intended. And then immediately you're calling out words that you imagine or see, and you make words. It's a race. So there's no turn taking in that sense. But what sort of slows the pace down and prevents it from being a total, free-for-all is that you have to say a word before you make it. And also you have to say a word before you take it. So that kind of gives the game a nice pace.
How does the scoring work exactly?
Yeah, so when you spill the beans, some land face down, some face up. You leave it that way, and whenever you want to flip over beans to get more letters, you could suggest a flip, and if everyone agrees, you each flip 2 beans over. The game stops when the last 2 beans are flipped, and only then do you count who has more beans. Super simple scoring, 1 bean is 1 point. So essentially, everyone has control over the pace of the game. You could say yes to flipping the beans or no. And if you say no, you have more time to catch up to players who have more words, for example.
I love it. And so is there a meaning to the name of the game, Jabuka?
Yeah, there sure is. Actually,
Okay.
I was in for quite a surprise when I came up with the name thinking it had no meaning and just, was a strong trademark. I looked it up, and it turns out there's an island in the Adriatic that has a magnetic stone that actually twists the compasses of ships when they go by. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is total serendipity here.
No kidding.
Jabuka has the twisting letters. So then I thought, well, I should maybe write a movie and do another like Jumanji, but this time Jabuka.
I love it. Let's talk about the benefits of playing a game like this, because, other than, of course, socializing and getting people together again, which is, something that we're all very desperate for as we go through the pandemic, what are some of the other benefits?
Yeah, so Jabuka is a very rich game in the sense that when you play, you're working on memory, speed, attention, problem solving, creativity. There's a little bit of neuroplasticity, meaning you're basically redefining something familiar in a new way. You're looking at this W and then imagining it as an M, and your brain is just like, whoa, that's like doing a mental push-up. But as soon as you figure that out, you're that much smarter, and you're looking at things a different way, opening your mind.
Martin, what's the process of getting a game to market? I mean, you mentioned that I imagine this isn't your first game. Is that process very challenging?
Well, it's definitely not as quick as one might think. You come up with the idea, you run it by some trusted friends, you test it out, you write some instructions, then there's the constant refining and tweaking until you get it right. You manufacture it, and then you tweak that. So it takes a bit of time, but it's immensely gratifying, especially if people really like it. And I'm super excited. Everyone who I've come into contact over the last little while who's played Jabuka says it's their favorite new word game.
How long did it take you to build the game?
Are you not referring to the giant game, or are you referring to the little game here?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, how long did it take to
just from the original concept to bringing it to market?
Oh, okay. So that took a couple of years.
Okay.
Takes a bit of time, but as I said, it's immensely gratifying, and especially if it's your baby.
Well, and we just brought up your website there, JabukaGames.com. Probably the best place to purchase it, I imagine.
That's right. It's
Excellent.
JabukaGames.com. It's an awesome stocking stuffer, so small and portable, and makes a great gift too because it's a nice, affordable price.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Martin, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, don't go anywhere. Lots more Daytime Ottawa coming up right after this.